Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 333 News. I'm your news anchor Wario, and you probably know already, it is not Sunday, it is actually Wednesday night. And yeah, we are making another 333 News episode, and we're going to get into why that is in a bit. But I just want to say that, yeah, this is an extra 333 News episode because, well, we've got some serious topics to cover tonight. Before we get into it, viewer discretion is advised because these topics are serious and the content matter may not be suitable for all audiences. And I just want to say right now, please click off of the video if you may be sensitive to any of the following topics. I will scroll them down there below really quick, just so that you know what we're talking about. Okay. Now, the purpose of this video will be to explain what the biggest problem with the internet is as of this year, 2024. So, if you've been paying attention at all on social media, you may have noticed that there have been some huge internet controversies going on as of recently, and tonight, I'd like to sit down and talk about those on Ryan's behalf. It seems like every other week we have a new drama rising up involving some well-known internet personality or content creator being exposed for their past behavior, be it predatory behavior or poor choices of words or general immature behavior, whatever the case. And the most recent and notable case here is Kris Tyson, who used to be one of the biggest parts of MrBeast's channel back before 2020, when COVID was arising and becoming the whole global pandemic nonsense, whatever. And Kris Tyson has recently been exposed for inappropriate and seemingly predatory behavior several years ago. These old messages, of course, surfaced recently and led to, well, pedo allegations by many. And there are a lot of other videos on this specific subject. If you would like to know more, just search up the Kris Tyson drama, and you should be able to find videos on this topic easily, because a lot of creators are jumping on the opportunity to, you know, explain what's going on, and, yeah. But yeah, what we're doing here is, we're just kind of doing a brief overview, so if you want more details on the whole case, then just be sure to look up some videos that are fully engrossed on the whole Kris Tyson drama. However, what is worth mentioning here is that Kris did make a response. The initial response was quite vague, and yeah, basically not really, addressing anything that they did. And that was later fixed because Kris actually made a whole thread, explaining what went down or what didn't go down, whatever, everything that happened. So while the initial response was vague, details were given in a thread, and it has been speculated that Kris's supposed victims of grooming, along with MrBeast himself, have mainly defended Kris's behavior in the past. However, I think it should be known that Kris should be held accountable for their actions, and the decision to step down from MrBeast and social media altogether was the right thing to do, and hopefully this kind of behavior will not repeat. Alright, but moving on. People have also started to target MrBeast over his past behavior, despite there being absolutely nothing wrong with it. And that is what we're here to talk about today. While many people did point out what Kris has done, those who are accusing MrBeast for his past behavior have actually said nothing at all about Kris and are really just out to cancel Jimmy out of impulse or other reasons, like maybe being salty over losing a MrBeast challenge or anything, something like that, something along those lines. Those are the reasons that Jimmy's getting thrown under the bus here. And for those of you who don't know, Jimmy's actually the owner of the MrBeast channel, and he's the face of MrBeast. This drama has unfolded on Twitter, and side note, some of you may remember that we did use Twitter for a while in 2023, but we quit it for reasons like this, because Twitter is just a cesspool of drama. It's full of these kinds of no-good, no-lifers that are just saying controversial stuff for no reason whatsoever. And it's just drama on the daily. Of course, there were some other reasons, like, Elon Musk's not treating Twitter too well. He rebranded the whole thing, whatever, but that's besides the point. This behavior in question actually comes from MrBeast's old videos around the 2017 time frame, and that's what people are bringing up in posts like this, whatever you want to see, whatever you want to say. And let me also say, Jimmy is not the first instance of this. And basically what's going on is we're just highlighting edgy, immature jokes, MrBeast's old behavior from like 2017, and they're being taken completely out of context today. And yeah, as I've said, Jimmy's not the first instance of this. People have used out of context clips and screenshots to try and make out others as bad people, criminals, predators, whatever, before too, and this behavior is just absolutely despicable. Not tolerated whatsoever. Just want to put that out there. And yeah. Now, let me put this out here too. It is one thing to expose somebody for criminal activity or inappropriate behavior when they were actually in the wrong and there's solid evidence to back that up. But attempting to do the same to someone completely innocent who either didn't know what they were doing at the time or they meant that behavior as a joke and there was no malicious intent whatsoever, never actually did anything wrong, is despicable. So, with this kind of activity being prominent all across social media, more than ever before this year specifically, anybody is at risk of being cancelled over one wrong word. Be careful what you say, because one wrong word and next thing you know, you'll be having pedo accusations shoved down your throat by people who want you gone, and unless you're quick to respond, people will believe the accusations. A very similar thing has actually happened with Ryan here too, and that video will be coming out this fall to explain the full context and details of what happened and to bring the truth to light regarding a small secluded part of the Mario Kart 7 community. But pointing this out right now, no wrongdoing was ever committed by Ryan, and that will be explained fully later this year. Just wanted to put that out there. Alright. The main point in summary is that a lot of old inappropriate behavior, inappropriate being in quotes, is being dug up on a lot of well-known content creators, and whether or not they actually are guilty is being thrown aside, and specific groups of people want them gone regardless. As I have said, outing someone who did have bad intentions and exhibited inappropriate behavior, knowing full well what they were doing, is not a bad thing. After all, calling these things out can help push them in the right direction or bring the proper consequences about. However, putting such labels, like, pedo or racist or transphobic on innocent people for past behavior that was either intended as a joke or not intended at all is flat out wrong. Labeling innocent people this way is what allows the real criminals to get off scot-free and continue to make the internet and the world as a whole a less safe place on the daily. The reason we're making this video is to bring this issue to light, as it has become increasingly common over the last decade, and these types of accusations, mainly involving grooming or pedophilia, are at an all-time high right now. Hopefully this video helps to spread awareness of what is going on, and we warn everyone to be careful of what you say and do, especially online. And of course, please don't actually commit any illegal activities, because then you actually will be in the wrong and proper consequences will be brought about to you. So yeah. It is wrong to try and cancel a perfectly innocent individual over something random they did 6 or 7 years ago, and slamming people with accusations simply because you want to see them fall or to have like a downfall or just you want them gone in general or to be cancelled or whatever is just tormenting them and ruining their life for no good reason. You know who you are. Please stop spinning up unnecessary drama trying to frame innocent people for things they never did. To conclude real quickly before we get to the meteorology segment, and yes, we're still going to do that despite the content matter because it's what we do on 333 News, we would like you to know that false accusations of criminal activity, such as grooming minors, is in fact illegal, and those of you responsible for pushing out such accusations will get caught eventually, so it's best to not do it at all. Later this year, we will be releasing a video about a particular group of individuals who have exhibited this kind of behavior for 6 years, in hopes to raise awareness about people of their nature before more innocent people end up getting falsely accused of inappropriate or criminal behavior for no reason, and worse, getting cancelled over it. Thank you for listening to this message, and don't worry, we'll be getting back to our regular content for now. And yeah, that is going to be for basically the rest of the summer. Didn't really want to have to make this video right here, but this is a serious issue that has been going on for a good amount of time now, and we feel the need to bring it to light, so we're making a video on it, and we hope that this spreads awareness and to to those of you who are responsible for these false accusations in any light, please know that it is wrong to do that, it is against the law, and you will eventually be caught. And those of you who may be worried about this whole thing and worried that you'll get canceled for something stupid, be careful with what you say and do. But also, don't worry even if people do go after you. If you know what you did isn't wrong, or you didn't do anything wrong, then you should be fine. Alright, in any case, that's enough of that. We're gonna go take it to the meteorology studio. Over to you, Donkey Kong. Alright, my turn. Wario dropped a real bomb there. So, yeah, if you wonder what the bomb is, he talked about a lot of stuff. So, welcome to the meteorology studio. I'm Donkey Kong, the meteorologist, and tonight we're going to be doing some meteorology in the meteorology studio. So, as always, let's get started with your current conditions. Right now, it's actually clear, but with haze out there, like it's foggy because, you know, high humidity, and we've been having a cool couple of days the past few days, so it's actually 65 out right now. 95% relative humidity, pretty close to full saturation, and winds are roughly out of the east at around 5 miles an hour. So, yeah. Of course, this is actually differing from what the weather service is saying. The weather service is saying that it's a little bit warmer and that there isn't really much fog. So, yeah. I'm once again going to say the weather service is kind of falling off and they're not really getting things right all the time anymore. So, yeah, you can't always trust all of the different sources. This is what we believe to be accurate, and, yeah. Take it for what you will, but, you know, this is what we got. Alright. Now on to your 7-day forecast. Yeah. So, there's your 7-day forecast. And, you'll know it's kind of, you know, a continuation of what we did earlier this week. And there may be a few minor differences on the days we've already covered, but for the most part, not a lot has changed. And you will notice we are going to be getting back into a warmer pattern by the middle of next week. So we're going to start out tomorrow, Thursday. We're looking at some spot showers, mainly in the AM hours, high of 82 and a low of 62. So there is that. The kind of showery activity is going to continue, but it will come to a stop later tomorrow. On Friday, we're going to be looking at sunny skies, a high of 79 and a low of 62. So still kind of cooler for, you know, summertime conditions, especially late July, but we're going to be coming out of that cool down by the start of next week. Alright, on Saturday, we're going to be looking at sunny skies again, high of 81 and a low of 63. Not too bad. On Sunday, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, a high of 82 and a low of 64. So, once again, not too bad. On Monday, this is where that warm-up comes back, or the warm conditions come back. We're going to be looking at, once again, mostly sunny skies, a high of 83 and a low of 68. So, the nighttime lows are going to be starting to come back up to around the 70-degree mark as next week ensues. On Tuesday, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies, high of 84 and a low of 69. So, yeah, continuing to get back to warmer conditions there. So, yeah, another heat wave may be on the horizon, but this could just be normal summertime conditions making their return for the time being as well. We don't exactly know yet because we're just seeing the beginning of this warm-up coming back, but we'll find out later. And by later, I mean on Sunday, hopefully. And, of course, on Wednesday, to end out this forecast here, we're going to be looking at another chance of spot showers, probably also in the AM hours. High of 83 and a low of 70, so that's when we get back up to that 70-degree mark for the low temperatures. But, yeah, all in all, we're going to be, you know, ending this week on the cooler side of things, but then we're going to be warming back up as next week begins. So, yeah, that's going to do it for your 7-day forecast, and we're going to take it back to Wario at the news desk. Back to you, Wario. Right, thank you, Donkey Kong. So, yeah, that's what we've got for the weather, and that's what's going on there. So, yeah, I know this was a more serious video, and this does have a lot to do with internet drama and some pretty heavy topics. So, yeah, hopefully anyone who would be triggered by this type of stuff clicked off of the video, and of course, we have some references in iCards or in the description or wherever we decide to place them, because in order to know the full context of things, you know, since we're not going to be talking about the entire stories here, we kind of just did a brief overview of what's going on and how these false accusations are on the rise. So if you want to know the full story of the Kris Tyson drama or the MrBeast drama, we did link some videos to those as well, because if you want to know the full scope, we find that, you know, we should give you a port to be able to do that. In any case, we do apologize for the seriousness of this, but we felt it very important to get the word out, especially with these false accusations on the rise. We want to make a movement to put an end to this, and hopefully we don't have any more issues with all this drama and people getting falsely canceled for no reason. So yeah, and of course, we should be getting back to our regular content for the rest of the summer, hopefully. In any case, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I'm your news anchor, Wario, and I hope to see you in the next episode, and hopefully it will be on a more lighthearted topic next time as well. Wario, out.